Ready, start. We would like to remind the state that the duty to protect the right to equality implies not only prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them, but also to take actionable measures which effectively redress the disadvantage ensuing from and perpetuated by historical and systematic discrimination. We may, with a view to obviate any confusion, clarify that the Constitution does not permit judicial inaction when dealing with violations of fundamental rights that stem from legislative omission, be it absolute or relative. It is incumbent upon this court to fill the legislative vacuum to the extent insofar as is required to redress the violation of rights, for it cannot assume or usurp the function that constitutionally belongs to the legislature. The marginalization of transgender persons is often perpetuated not only by overt acts of discrimination but also through the silence and gaps in the statute, that is, the 2019 Act. In the present case, the appropriate government failed in reviewing the existing educational and employment schemes to include transgender persons to protect their rights and interests and facilitate their access to such schemes and welfare measures. The appropriate government also failed in its duty to formulate educational schemes in a manner that is sensitive to the needs of transgender persons and free from stigma or discrimination. Most importantly, the appropriate government has not taken any step to prohibit discrimination to ensure equitable access to social and public spaces. Furthermore, the appropriate government was also under the obligation to sensitize the teachers and faculty in the first school and second school, respectively. The appropriate government was not only required to take steps to prohibit discrimination in any government or private organization or establishment, but also to formulate a comprehensive policy detailing the measures and procedures necessary to protect transgender persons within 2 years from the date of the 2020 rules coming into force. Further, the appropriate government was required to ensure that every establishment, including the first school and second school respectively, designated a complaint officer in accordance with Section 11 of the 2019 Act within 30 days from the date of the 2020 rules coming into force. It was also required to establish a grievance redressal mechanism to ensure the effective implementation of the provisions of Chapter 5th of the Act, which includes Section 9, that is, the right not to be discriminated in employment. As per Sub-Rule 8 of the rules, the first school and the second school, respectively, were required to constitute a committee for transgender persons which would be accessible to them in cases of harassment or discrimination. Further, according to Rule 12 of the 2020 rules, the first school and second school, respectively, ought to have published an equal opportunity policy for transgender persons. Thus, this court is mindful that constitutional guarantees do not attain their true meaning by mere textual and inclusion in statute books, but through their faithful realization in the lived experiences of individuals.